So, the end of the first week of July, midwinter, but we're heading towards summer, so that's a good thing. It was an interesting week for OUTA from a number of perspectives. Firstly, I think this whole spat and squabble that was taking place between the ANC and the DA over the axing of Andrew Whitfield, the pushback from both sides left us feeling like kids in the corridor of two parents squabbling, but it was a real serious squabble, which had signs and sounds of the marriage breaking up, and this would impact on our inheritance and affect our future prosperity. And we didn't want them to break up. We don't want them to get divorced. We need this fragile GNU to stay in place and intact. And thankfully it has. And hopefully there's some learnings as to how our politicians should conduct themselves and portray themselves when it comes to dealing with these difficulties and challenges. So, very interesting from that perspective. More important for us, though, were the number of arrests that have taken place over the last number of weeks, or days, quite frankly. Firstly, we had Major General Khumalo, the head of the crime intelligence, and a number of his cronies arrested for their manipulation and conduct in this very important department for criminal justice in this country. That was good news. There was the arrest of Alex core executives who were involved in tender manipulation and taking state funds, quite frankly. That's good news. And then we had the Molefe and Anush Singh cohort in court again, second time now for their Transnet demeanors. A lot of corruption took place at Transnet while Brian Molefe was there. And then we'll like to see some stuff unfolding on this day's Eskom, but that'll come, we suppose. We've seen state capture matters now coming to the fore, and this is good. This is very good. So 3 big matters of arrests taking place. And I think in time we will see from what we've been able to gather on the Transnet matters that Molefe and company will probably be in orange overalls, but who knows when. So with all that happening this week, we also saw the passing of David Mabuza, the ex-deputy president, and we send our condolences to his family. Unfortunately, though, David Mabuza will be known more for the legacy of the wrong reasons than the right reasons. We know that his involvement in the whole land scam claims that impacted on the Fred Daniels matter. There's a book written on this, by the way, by Rihanna Rousseau called Predator Politics, and it leaves a lot to be desired about his conduct. So, let's see what happens going forward. Then we come to the week that was for OUTA. I mean, it was very, very busy. A lot of reporting on corruption still in the sectoral education training authorities, the SETAs. In fact, we have a big report coming out next week on corruption in the construction SETA. And so look forward to that. We did this week culminate in our submissions. We made a number of submissions for the board chairpersons to sit on the SETA boards. As you know, there's been a big debacle around the cadre deployment list that was initially thrust into the hands of the minister, who's now in hot water for, her reporting on this matter to Parliament, and obviously there's going to be some ventilation of this in Parliament, in the public space going forward. But what's important here is that we get good people heading up those boards to ensure good oversight in the SETAs, and that's playing out right now. And hopefully some of the nominations we made will make their way into these boards and start the cleanup process that is required. We also had a great webinar on Parliament. It was International Parliament Day this week, and our webinar on who's watching Parliament and giving some insights into Parliameter, which is an oversight dashboard that OUTA and PMG and Open Up have developed. Very interesting. Go to parliameter.org.za and you'll see some interesting stats on how Parliament is performing and the conduct of our MPs. We're also looking into other matters right now relating to things like Eskom's solar power compliance requirements. A lot of concerns are being raised about that, as well as the Joburg CCTV camera debacle, which is being challenged in court by others and ourselves as well. And then again, as is with most weeks at OUTA, lots of meetings with whistleblowers, unpacking and uncovering corruption that is taking place still to this day, rife at all levels of government. Great week overall, very busy week, more busy weeks to come ahead. We continue with our work as we try and fight for the rights of people and good governance in South Africa. Thanks for listening. Have a good weekend and stay warm.